This is Nandi. Welcome to Vibrant Authentic Living. And for those who are joining on the Amma Manson Network, welcome to you as well. So, I told you that I would give you an update on my 40-day grape juice fast. Yesterday was day 40, so I am officially off the fast. It is over, and I am all the better for it. So this was my second 40-day grape juice fast, and I have about 4 days before I go on my fruit fast for the month. So I had told you guys that I'm encouraging you to join me and my partner. We're going on 3 fruit fasts for this year. Each fruit fast is 1 month long. So we'll be doing the food fast for March, July, and October. No, March, July, and November. So if you want to join us, so what we do is we have only fruits for the entire month of March, July, and November. I'll tell you some more about the fruit fast, right? Coming up, but I want to talk to you first about the grape juice fast. So I have is let me show off. So I have lost 27 pounds. Right? So for those who knew me before, you can see very clearly. I have lost 27 pounds. But I always say though, and I'm very serious about this, the point of the grape juice fast was not weight loss, right? And when you start eating again, you will gain back some of those pounds, just a few of those pounds, certainly not all of them, especially though you have to watch what you are eating after the fast ends. As you can see, my skin is beautiful and clear, my complexion really clear, and there are so many benefits to going on the grape juice fast. Any fast, for example, for a fast. So I'm going to break my fast now with some delicious nesberries. So this is the first time I'm eating anything other than grapes in 40 days, right? So I'm really, really hungry. Boom. This is a nesberry. For those who are not familiar with the nesberry, I think in Trinidad it's called the sapodilla. It has these little black seeds in it. Very, very delicious fruit. Very sweet. The thing with the nesberry is that, especially coming off the fast, it has a lot of fiber. It's sweet, so it's going to give you some energy. But the fiber is what you want to flush your system, especially having that bowel movement. Because during the fast, whether you're water fasting, dry fasting, grape juice fasting, you're not going to have as many bowel movements as you normally do, right? So, like for me, I would normally have like 1 or 2 bowel movements per day, right? Normally, when you're on a fast, you might go for a couple days without bowel movements, and that is natural and normal because you're not eating as much. When you come off the fast, you want to ensure that you break smoothly, gradually, reintroducing foods. So you want to go especially with fruits, right? That are simple, easy on the system, because remember, having not eaten hard stuff, right, for so long, in my case, for 40 days, your system kind of adjusted to that, and maybe your stomach may have shrunken a little, right, to adapt to that. You weren't producing as much digestive enzyme because they weren't needed, right? So you don't want to break the fast and then go straight back into eating really hard stuff, right? So you want to gradually reintroduce, and the best things to start with are fruits, steamed veggies, soft foods, right? So the Nesberry has natural fiber that you're going to need, and this will quickly restart your bowel movements. It also has a lot of water in it. The fiber is great also for your microbiome, right? So to replenish your natural beneficial microbiome in your gut, that's very good too, for you to have the natural fiber in fruits. So this is one of the best things for me to have right now. My taste buds are alive, having not eaten much for so long. Your taste buds are now reactivated, because all I've had, so I would eat the grapes, and then for juice I would have grape juice, and with the grape juice I put some ginger and I put lemon, and that was it, right? So that's all my taste buds have had in 40 days. So they are really alive now, and looking forward to all the things that they used to enjoy. So I want to talk today about delaying gratification, which that comes, that's part and parcel of fasting. Any kind of fast that you do, it's delaying gratification, right? Because we enjoy eating foods. We enjoy whatever diet you have, you enjoy eating. This is a natural part of who we are. Our taste buds are such that we actually enjoy eating things that are, you know, have a lot of flavonoids, like our fruits. We find them very appealing, we find them very delicious. And our herbs and spices also we find very enjoyable and delicious. Some animals, they don't have as many taste buds as we do, and so they don't enjoy on the level that we enjoy our foods, right? They just, especially the carnivores, they just chomp the meats and that's it for them in terms of, but they have their sense of gratification. For us, we are gratified with the color, the smell, the taste, everything about the foods, especially our fruits. So when you go on any kind of fast, you are really depriving yourself and of that gratification, and within that comes discipline, and with the discipline there are benefits as well for the other aspects of your life, right? So it's not just it's not just the food part of it. When you fast and you become accustomed to deliberately delaying that gratification, you gain spiritual benefits, you gain mental benefits, emotional benefits, right? When you deliberately delay, when you deliberately deprive yourself, you're sharpening your willpower, you're sharpening your ability to stand your ground in face of pressure. All of these things are benefits of fasting. I have been fasting for many, many years since I was a teenager. And so, even though it was difficult in the beginning, for me now, I just go straight into the fast. It's not a struggle, there's no pressure. And I know that this has helped me in my life in terms of my emotional strength, my mental acuity, very sharp, um, very articulate, able to stand my ground in face of any kind of opposition, right? If you know me, if you have been following me on this channel by now, you should know that I see the ancient Egyptians as a model for my life. And the ancient Egyptians said, "Man, know thyself. Man, know thyself." And by extension, woman, know thyself. Child, know thyself. And this is something that I have incorporated in my life. I must know me. I must study my body. I must study my thoughts. I must focus my thoughts. And this is the reason why I do my meditation several times a day. You're channeling your thoughts, you're directing your thoughts to particular um, ways of being, and not opening up yourself to random thoughts coming in from all over the place, right? You are directing it. Likewise, you must be purposeful about the things that you're taking into your body, right? Your diet, you must be conscious of what you're consuming. You must be conscious of you must have standards regarding the food that you take into your body. You must have standards regarding even the people who you allow into your space. All of these things you have to be very purposeful and very conscious about. Um, Also, you must provide a space where you even break from those things, even the good things. You break from that and leave some space for your body to recuperate, because we are bombarded with pollutants from all over the place, in the air, in the water, even in the natural foods that we eat, because the soil is polluted, right? So even the quote unquote good things that we eat, we have to leave space for your body to process those, believe it or not, right? So when you fast, you give your body that time and that space to process everything that has gone in before, to process it. And so your body has time to clean out. Because if you keep cramming and cramming and cramming and packing things in, when is your body going to process? Right? When is your body going to process that? You have to give it that time that it will process, clean out, and so there is space. So I've always shared this book with you regarding my fasting journey. So for this last grape juice fast, so this is where it started. So that's, so I have a little column like that, and I tick off the days that I fast, so that I do the dry fasting. So I did dry fasting for 2 days per week. For this time around, my dry fasting was on a Monday and Tuesday. So on Monday and Tuesday, I would not eat or drink, right? That's a dry fast. You don't even drink water. And then for the other 5 days, I would have the grape juice and eat grapes, right? So, and then these are the last 2 pages, right, of the book. So it's very important for me to keep a record as I go along. When you are able to check off the days one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time, that in itself is motivating. You get a sense of accomplishment. And mark you, I've also shown in other videos where I started on a particular fast, and for whatever reason I didn't complete it, and I was very honest. I'm always very honest with myself to say, okay, this fast, it was interrupted. I wasn't able to go through, sometimes not even 2 days. Sometimes I start the fast and I just don't have the vibe to continue beyond even 2 days. And that's it. And you don't chastise yourself. You're not hard on yourself, because remember, we have been through so much as individuals, as a species. We've been through so much. There is so much bombarding us from every angle. So, as far as you can go each time, do that. Congratulate yourself and don't be hard on yourself. If you fall off this time around, give yourself a little break, start over again, fresh and new, with the same spirit, the same enthusiasm, the same commitment to press forward. When I just started on this journey, I could barely go one day. I could barely go one day without. Okay, so Charmaine is asking, welcome Charmaine, if the dry fast is nothing to eat or drink. That is correct. In the dry fast, you don't even drink water. So you just go about, for me, I just go about my day. I do everything as normal. Maybe if you're just starting out, you won't be able to do that. You might feel a bit weak. You might feel like you're not able to get up and do your regular activities. So I would suggest, if you're just starting out, on the drive, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't suggest the drive fast for those who are just starting out, right? And for me personally, when I'm doing the drive fast, I don't go beyond 3 days. After that, it becomes very dangerous, and you can actually do more harm to yourself than good. So the dry fasting, in my opinion, is for when you have gained more experience, and you know where you stand, you know where your mental framework is. So I would recommend, if you're just starting off, start with some fruit juices. Start with your fruit juices, go a couple days on your fruit juices, or do a coconut water fast. I've done many 21-day coconut water fasts. The coconut water is very good to use because it's very tasty. It has the electrolytes to keep you up, and it doesn't have the fat content and so on. So you're getting your electrolytes, which are important, especially if you're just starting off. So I would go with the coconut water. Use the young jelly coconuts, not the hard ones. Those have more fat content even in the water. So use the young jelly coconuts, the green jelly or the yellow jelly. Get the water, not the meat. And so Charmaine is asking, for those who are just starting off, how long would I suggest? Like I said, start off with your fruit juices. Do a couple days. See how far you can go. If you fall off it, don't knock yourself. Don't feel any way. Just give yourself a break and get right back on it. After time, you will become better and better at it. Trust me on this. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't feel disillusioned. Don't feel like you can't do it. When I just started fasting, like I said, I couldn't go for one day. I went I went from the morning to the night, and then I had to go and fry some dumplings. I always joke about this. And dumplings are one of the worst things you could eat after a fast. You want to eat things that are light. Maybe have, I would say even yams would be better. Yams, sweet potatoes would be better, right? Because they have that fiber and they're not as heavy. Even though they are starch, um, so yes, start with your fruit juices, step it up, go to your coconut water fast, and then now you can try the water fast for a day or two. See how much you can extend it, because believe it or not, whichever of the fast you decide to do, after the first 2 days, there is no hunger. The hunger goes away. Believe it or not. We have a culture, especially here in the Caribbean. I don't know other places. You can let me know what the norm is for you, but for us, our parents and grandparents drill into us that is like you should always have food in your stomach. If you miss a meal, the idea is that you're going to die, you're going to collapse. And so it is very difficult for our people to even come to the idea that you can fast. And sometimes, even when you hear religious people talk about fasting, you have to be very careful and you have to ask them what they mean, because their definition of fasting might be very different from what I would call fasting. Sometimes I've heard Christians, for example, say, they're fasting, and when you really ask them questions, they do eat. They might have even 2 meals for the day. It's just that there's a period, an extended period between those 2 meals, which is fine if you. That's a definition. That's a kind of fast, because actually we all fast every day. Between dinner and breakfast is a period without food, and that's why we actually call it break fast. You're breaking the fast between dinner and that time, right? Those hours though might not be enough to really get your body in the gear of cleansing mode, because you have not even used up the glucose in your system, let alone to go start using another source of energy and turning to burning the fat or clearing away the debris in your system. A lot of persons do intermittent fasting, where they go from anywhere from 16 to 20 hours between the last and first meals, last meal for one day and first meal for the other day. Intermittent fasting has its benefits, because anywhere after 16 hours is the minimum that your body needs to really get into that mode of repair, cleansing, and rest for the digestive system. Take it in strides. Do what is comfortable for you until you're able to reach another milestone. Pat yourself on the back, push yourself a little further. That's what I would advise, because it has been a long journey for me. At this point now, so this is my second 40-day grape fast, and it was Just like that, there were no complications, no stress, no hunger, no cravings, nothing like that. But I know that this is because I have been doing this for so long. I am very aware of this. So I'm not going to come on here and tell you, oh, it was easy and it's going to be easy for you. No, it's going to be difficult because it was difficult for me in the beginning, right? You feel like you're going to die, you feel weak, you don't have the energy to do even the basic stuff, even getting up, you feel lightheaded. All of those things are normal and natural. For me now, I do my laps. I just came back from my laps. Every morning I do like an hour worth of walking. I do my chores as normal. I teach right through the day. I do everything that I normally do. But you're only able to do that after years of experience, right? And try to, if you can start with a monthly thing where, all right, 2 or 3 days a month is set aside some time just for that. For me, um, the weekly fast is very beneficial, like a 1 day per week, 2 days per week, to get your body back in groove, to clean out all the things you've piled on for the week, especially if you don't eat healthy all the time, right? If you allow yourself some indulgences, then you want to also allow yourself some time to redeem yourself from that, right? The bottom line is it all comes down to you. It's your life. It's up to you. You set the pace, you set the standard for your life. What are your goals? If it's a weight loss thing, just understand that yes, you're going to lose a lot of weight with the fast, but it won't you won't keep off the weight if you're gonna go back and eat the junk. Right? I would not recommend that you fast solely for weight loss. That can't be the ultimate goal, because once you start eating back, especially if you go back to junk, you're gonna pile on back the junk and defeat the purpose if that's your main purpose. The main purpose of fasting for me is cleansing, rest, rejuvenation, replenishing. The weight loss comes, and yes, I can show off and spin and show you, but that's not my ultimate goal with fasting. It's the cleaning, it's the going back to the primal energy that your cells had when they were just birthed, when they just came into being. Going back to that and realigning yourself back with that spiritually as well. Replenishing. I believe firmly in rejuvenation, healing. Many people fast for healing. You can do your own research and see the benefits of fasting in curing a lot of the so-called diseases that we call incurable. You can read the testimonials of and watch videos, testimonials of persons who have healed themselves from these so-called incurable diseases using fasting. Fasting is one of the oldest human practices. If you're a religious person, if you check your religious texts, you will see that fasting is one of those things that was practiced centuries, millennia ago. So from very early, as a matter of fact, fasting is a natural thing. If you look at the animals in their natural habitats, they fast, they go for periods. This is a normal part of life because food isn't always available. They don't have supermarkets where they go and pick things off the shelf, right? And we didn't up to a very long point in our history, our evolution on this planet. The supermarket is a very, very, very recent thing. So, if you think about it, fasting is nature's way of deprivation, so you can rest, the system can rest, the system can process, and also so you can appreciate. When you start eating again, you can appreciate that. When you go for a period of deprivation, you appreciate the thing. That's nature's way of making us appreciate the bounty. When we go through the famine, whether it's a naturally occurring thing or it's self imposed, when you go through that period of famine and deprivation, deliberate delaying of gratification, when you open yourself back up, you appreciate it more, it tastes better. It literally tastes better. You enjoy it more. When you're constantly stuffing things down and you're going day after day, meal after meal, you're just packing things in and you're not giving yourself any time to process it. Your system is overwhelmed, you're clogged up, you feel lethargic, you have no energy, you have no drive, you can't go and even walk, do a one lap, you just don't feel motivated. You're clogged up. You're literally clogged up. When you take a break from that and you also proving to yourself that you have the discipline to do that, you have the willpower to do it, that's confidence you're building in yourself and in your capabilities right there. You're saying to yourself, I can do this, I can go without it. And guess what? If there is a real famine, you're gonna be the one of the last ones out, because you have already trained yourself, programmed yourself that you can withstand this period of lack without succumbing to it. If there is a real famine, if there is a crisis, you're gonna be one of the last ones standing, because you have been sharpening that mental fortitude to be able to go without. And the longer you're able to go without, the better, the sharper you're making those powers of yours, right? To be able to withstand. You'll be one of the ones who can withstand torture. If it comes to the point where you have to stand up for what you believe in and withstand torture, you'll be able to do it because you have that capacity in your mind. You have been sharpening that capacity in your mind to look at things, to see things that you love and to deny them. All around me, my family members were eating all the things that I love to eat, right? Every day I would see them, they have this. I open the refrigerator, lots of stuff that I love to eat. As a matter of fact, my students brought me things that they know I love, and I've had those items in the fridge or in the refrigerator for weeks. Still have them. To be able to do that, it is a strength, right? You see your family members have, they buy this, they buy that, they have stuff, you open the fridge and you see it and you want it, but at the same time, you know that you're on a particular mission, you're on a particular purpose. And you also know from experience that this will pass. It will pass. See, the 40 days have passed. They are gone. They are behind me now. Now I can enjoy those things that I stashed away. Hopefully, no one has gotten to them yet. I hope when I go there, they're still there waiting for me. But I can enjoy those things now because the 40 days are behind me now. And I can sincerely say to you, whatever period of time you have decided, okay, I'm going to do it. If you're going to do it for one day, the one day will come and it will be behind you. If you're doing it for 5 days, the 5 days will come and they will be behind you. And then you can indulge. You can set aside some time that you're going to indulge. Say, okay, I'm going to indulge for 2 days. I'm going to indulge for a week. And then I'm going to go back. It's all up to you. It's your life. It's your standards. You set the pace. Don't feel guilty if you fall off. Don't feel guilty if you get tempted and you take a little bite of something or you even eat the whole thing. Don't allow yourself to fall into guilt. There's no reason for that. This is your journey. This is your life. And given the things that we are bombarded with, any success is success. Any step in the right direction is a step in the right direction. And you need to congratulate yourself for that. You need to celebrate all your victories, no matter how small. And let this be a way of telling you that when you have goals, when you have aims, sometimes you have to make sacrifice, but after a time, the sacrifice will be behind you. Just engross yourself in what you're involved in now, right? Engross yourself in that. Live in that moment, and the moments will pass. And then you will be able to reap the rewards. Whatever the goal is that you set for the fast. Like I said, I don't encourage that your goal for fasting be weight loss. But let's say your goal is weight loss. That's all you want, right? You will achieve it. But remember, you also have to maintain a certain diet in order to maintain that weight loss. Because if you lose the weight and you go back to eating rubbish, you're going to be pack on back the rubbish. And we all know the places where the rubbish likes to accumulate, right? But if you make healthy choices, gradually, your life will improve, your health will improve, your whole attitude, your outlook on life will improve. You'll be amazed at how diet affects your outlook on life, how you view yourself, how you view others, how you view your chance in this world. Diet can affect that because foods are chemicals and chemicals cause reactions in the body. Chemicals can alter the way we think. Chemicals can alter how we respond to the people around us, how calm you are or how irate you are. And sometimes that can make the difference between life or death. As simple as it sounds, how you respond to the aggravations in your life can make the difference between whether you are still on the planet or you're not. Because you might be the innocent party, but how you respond to the attack might make the difference. And if you maintain your composure, it can help preserve your life. So this is, I wanted to share this fast with you, and I'm encouraging you, if you want to join us on the fruit fast for the month. So for March, so we have 4 days. 4 days. You can eat what you normally eat. And then from the 1st of March to the end of March, just be fruits alone. That's what we're doing. Eat as many fruits as you want. Drink your coconut water, blend up your fruit juices. eat as many veggies as you want, right? But for us, we're focusing on the fruits. If you feel like you need to incorporate your veggies, by all means, like I said, it's your rules for your life, right? So we're going to do that for March. We're also going to do it again for July and for November. So if you want to come on all three of those months, by all means, join us. Just reach out to me. Let me know so we can start a WhatsApp group to support each other, encourage each other, share stories, share experiences, just pull each other through it. When you have company, it makes it all the better and all the more enjoyable for you. And if it's something you've never done before, then having persons who have done it before to root you on, to encourage you, then you stand a better chance of lasting through it, right? Depending on where you are, I know the fruits can be expensive. Lucky for me, I live in the tropics, so I can go to the market and have a wider range of fresh, mostly organic produce to choose from. Try to choose the fruits that are in season so you get the best of them. They're mellow. Um, they're right now. I see the star apples coming out. I know the mango is on its way. And in here in Jamaica, we're so blessed in terms of the fruits that we have available to us. It's a bounty, and I always try to select the very best. Maybe you're at a place where the fruits are not so widely available, but just do with what you have. Make do with what is available. Don't stress yourself over these things. Make do with what you have available at the time. If it means you have to order the fruits, go ahead and order it. If it means you have to use dried fruits from other places, do that. If it means you might have to fork out a few extra bucks to get the fresh produce at the produce market, do that. Do the best you can do. If you have to just stick with um the regular fruits that might be GMO, if that's the best you can do that. Do the best that you can do at the time. If you just have two or three fruits in your village right now, use those two or three fruits. That's all you have, right? Try to get them as ripe as they are, not overripe, right? But just mellow, just right. If you can't get them ripe and you have to buy them half ripe and allow them to ripen, that's what you can do. Do what you can do and don't stress yourself out about it, because that can undo any benefit that you're likely to get from the eating or even the fasting. That added stress and pressure that we put ourselves under for everything to be organic and everything to be this and everything to be that. In the world that we live right now, it's just not always possible. So just do what you can with what you have. So this is Nandi, and thank you for being with me. And if you have been fasting, I'd like for you to share your experience. Let me know what your journey has been. Let me know what your goals are. And as I go along, I'm going to be sharing with you my progress, my whatever, whether it's good or bad. Because on this channel is vibrant, authentic living, right? So we want to be honest with ourselves. We want to do the best that we can do ultimately so we can enjoy this life. I don't want to be here and unable to enjoy my life. I don't want to be sick and being a burden on somebody else to take care of me. I want to be able to be active and vibrant and enjoying my life, enjoying my partner, enjoying my hobbies. And that is what I wish for you as well, right? So let's continue on this journey. Vibrant, authentic living. Continue with your visualization, your meditation, all these things that go towards making authentic living. All right, so take care of yourself, and I'll see you